Hey guys, this is Donnie. I'm at the property. I came up here to go hunting, and I've got a ground blind that I did not hunt this year, and it's right here. I'm on the creek. I just 50, maybe 50 yards from Camp Carey Arnold, but I crossed the creek about 120 yards or so on the other side of the creek, straight up the hill. I have a big ground blind. Last year we didn't get anything out of it, and this year I didn't hunt it, and so we got a few really big bucks that we've been after for a while, and just can't locate them. I don't know where they went. I'm not getting them on any of the trail cameras. I got them on, I got them on 2 cameras, but then after that, I didn't get them on the cameras no more. They just, I don't know where they went. Okay, I'm trying to, something's clanking in here. It's aggravating me out of my keys. I'm trying to get my keys done. But anyway, I came in here yesterday afternoon. It was raining all day yesterday, so I came up here about noon. And crossed the creek. I turned right and went down the creek 30 or 40 yards, and then I turned and I went straight up. I was almost on the boundary line, 20 yards from the boundary line. That ground blind, the big blind, is about 60 yards from the boundary. So I'm walking up there 20 yards from the boundary line, and about 50 yards from the blind, I mean, I could see the blind, it was right there. There I found a buck scrape, a very large buck scrape. That's where they scrape the ground, normally under a low hanging limb, and they'll take their horns and they'll beat the limb all up. Break limbs off, break the leaves off, and they'll start making scrapes about a week to 2 weeks before rut. Down here it's about a week and a half. They'll make them scrapes and marking their territory. Very territorial animals, especially during the rut. Well, I see that big scrape and some rubs where they rub their antlers on small trees. Normally they're like this. Sometimes, big bucks are hitting big trees. Right there by the scrape is a tree this big, and it's shredded, and that'd be a mature buck tearing that tree up like that. I go maybe 10 yards at best, there's another big scrape and another rub. I go 10 more yards, there's another one. And I did not scout the area out. I just went to the boundary line, 20 yards from the boundary, and I started headed north. I was going up to check the blind. That's all I was doing. I found 4 scrapes. The last one is about 5 yards from the shooting window of the blind. So all 4 of those big scrapes and the rubs, I don't have to do anything special. If he comes to visit them, I'll be able to see him. I'm just look at the blind. The first one's right here. I can throw a rock at him, and they're just lined up and crazy. So I sat it yesterday afternoon, didn't see anything. It rained. It was miserable. Came back this morning, and coldest day that I've experienced this year. My feet were burning, my hands were burning, my face was burning, everything's frozen, numb, and burning. But I didn't see anything this morning. I had to go home and take care of some stuff, took care of a few things at the new house, and I hunted the afternoon. Didn't see nothing, so now I'm leaving. That's where I'm at. Let me open the gate. I'll be right back. My thermometer is showing 40 degrees. It was yesterday morning when I came out here, it was 24 degrees. It dropped to 21. This morning, it was 29, and I like to froze. Wearing the same jacket, the same setup as I wore yesterday, exact same. And yesterday I was fine. My nose was cold, my ears, but other than that, I was fine. Today, it cut right through me. And I was in a shooting blind. Yesterday morning, I was in the wide open. I was in a ladder stand. So, I don't know, different kind of cold. We had that rain come in last night, and like it froze me. Ooh, it was cold. I wanted to let you know, the video uploaded, I went hunting, and I seen something in the Yopon holly that was out in front of me. I seen something in there. I seen it raise its arm up, put its hand on a limb, and I left. Only had a few minutes left of legal shooting time anyway, but I left. On the way out, something was paralleling me. Sticks were landing over there near me. I get to the truck, and there's eye shine just behind the truck on the other side of the road. Well, I went there just a couple of days ago, middle of the day, around noon, and I parked in the same spot, and I walked over there trying to figure out where exactly that was at, to see if there's any marks on the trees or something to suggest maybe a bear. I don't know what color eye shine a bear has. What I seen looked mostly silver, but it had a yellow tint, a pretty strong yellow tint to it. It was not amber, it was a yellow. But anyhow, during the daylight, I walked over there, and I thought I found the right tree, and I turned around. I figured it was behind a tree or climbing up the tree and was on the back side and was looking around at me. I just didn't know. But the tree I thought was it. When I turned toward the truck, it definitely was not it. It was way behind that holly, and I wouldn't have been able to see it. So I went back a little further, because I thought it was closer than what it was. I thought it was about 35 feet from me. It wasn't. It was like 50 feet. But anyhow, I walked a little bit further, and there was another tree. I got behind it, looking toward the truck, and I thought, this has got to be it. This is just about the exact angle. The holly is on the left side of the tree, and anyhow, look down at the base of the tree. There's a cleared area. Looked like somebody took their hands and moved all the pine straw, everything on the surface of the ground. All of that was raked away in about a 2 foot by 2 foot square. And there was a footprint, I can't feel my feet due to nerve damage, and I thought I was pressing the gas pedal and the truck wasn't going, and my foot wasn't even on the pedal. My toe slid off the end of it, and I thought I was broke down out here. But anyhow, there's a right print in it, right foot, 5 toes, a very big print. I wear a size 13 boot. I stepped in the print, and the end where the toes are at, I mean, there was that much of the print, 1.5 inches or so of the print that extended on the wider than my boot on both sides. It was just about as wide as both of my boots together. That was kind of mind-numbing, and it was 4 inches, 5 inches longer than my boot, probably about 4 inches longer, but it was wide, really wide. It looked like a very flat foot, like no arch, is the way it looked. I had broke my arches when I was a young teen, and so my feet are not flat, but they're not arched like normal either. They're almost flat. But this looked like it was just straight up flat, like a flip-flop sandal, but it had toes. So I don't know. Take it or leave it for what it's worth. I don't know what it is. There were no claw marks in it. It was just 5 toes. The toes were very close to the pad of the foot. The toes were right up on it. And I did film it. As soon as I got there, I turned the camera on and I walked over there just in case something happened. I had the camera rolling, and it took me a second. But what I'll do, I will put that clip. I've got it. I'm gonna have to transfer them to my tablet. I cannot edit on my phone anymore. I got to get that problem resolved. But I'll transfer them to my tablet to where you can see it. And I'll put it right here. I'll put it here, and you guys take a look at it and then see what you think. Yesterday evening, I seen something in the bush, in a holly bush, and I thought it was a bear originally until I started walking out and it started paralleling me. I had what I believe to be sticks that were thrown near me. I didn't see any of them. I heard them when they hit. I'm not sure if the audio caught it. I haven't even checked. I edited the video this morning, first thing, and I did not listen to any of the clips. I just put it together, tried to edit with my tablet. I was successful in doing that. But let me turn here. It's going to be loud. I'm going to turn the camera around. All right. This is where I was parked, and the eye shine was somewhere right here. Pretty sure it was behind this one pine. Like Chris, he walked down the road about 50 yards. There's the back gate right there. You turn right, he's right through there. He's hunting there. And so I'm gonna hunt this side. I'm not by myself today. There's where I backed in to turn around. I wanted to walk over here and check. I don't remember if it's this pine or that pine where I was seeing the eye shine. It was up pretty high. May have been this one. I'm not sure. It was dark. I shined the light. Well, it was not that one for sure, because that's in the wide open. It was kind of behind this stuff. And it may have been this tree. Yeah, I think this was it. It was up pretty high though. I would guess about where this little stick is. I can almost reach it. Probably 7 foot, I guess. It does look like it's like something cleared the ground right there. I don't see footprints. Oh yeah, I do too. I see a footprint right there. Something sat here, I guess. Well, that's wider than my whole foot is, boot and all. It almost looks like a big toe and the little toe. That's wider than my boot. That's a size 13, you guys. It's definitely bigger than my foot. That, I think this is it. It would have had to been on this side and like sliding back, like getting one eye behind the tree. That's creepy. That's creepy as heck. I do have reflectors in here. Here's two right here. These red reflectors. These just mark my trail going in. The next one is on this tree up here, but they're not up that high. Here's one right here, these red ones, and there's one right here in front of me. But what I seen was, it was like a chrome color, but it had a yellow tint, very yellowish. I don't know, but anyway, I just wanted to check it out. I'm not as creeped out today because I'm not by myself out here. But anyway, it's It's creepy, nonetheless. Well, I don't know if you can make out the print. I could see it in the footage, but I was there filming it. I seen it in real time, and so that may be why I could see it. It almost looks like I could see the other print in that clip. When I was there filming it, I could not see the left foot. I could see where the ground was flattened out, but I could not make out a track in it. I couldn't make out any toes or anything. The right one was very clear. The left one, I didn't see it. If it was there, I didn't see it. But I'm headed home. Our stove issue at the new house, they replaced the stove, still had the same problem. There was no power to the stove or the oven light, but if you turned the burner on, then the clock would power up and you could turn the oven light on and off. But none of the burners would heat up. The oven didn't heat up. And so it was a wiring issue in the 240 volt wire from the breaker panel to the stove. The electrician came today and they got that fixed. So they're knocking the problems out. The contractor said, well, you guys can move in anytime you want. And I told him yesterday, I said, no sir, we're not moving in until the house is complete. You got a hole at the end under the roof, where the roof overhangs, right there underneath it, where the two halves were joined together. There's an opening about that big. And he said we can go buy a can of spray foam and fill it with foam until they can get up there to fix it. And I told him, I said, no, we're not doing that either. We spent everything that we had on this home. We have nothing. We're broke. And we have a mortgage. We're going to be paying a mortgage note. We're not even living in the house yet. And we're not going to move in, spend that everything that we have on a brand new home only to have to repair things before we even get moved in. So I was a little bent over that. And I told him, I said, I'm not moving in. We busted drywall. We had the smart appliance package. They give us an outstanding deal on that because that trailer was the previous year's model. But it is a 2024 trailer. But they're not making that model anymore. But when they completed that trailer to manufacturer, if it falls on a certain date, after that, it will be the following year model. Well, they changed that model. They discontinued it. So we got a 2024. Anyway, it had the smart package. We can control the water heater, the central air conditioner. We can control all of that from an app on our phone, from anywhere, wherever we're at. As long as we got a signal, we can control it. The people who replaced the damaged sheetrock, one panel was the panel our thermostat for our air conditioner and heater was mounted on. They took the thermostat down, took the panel down, put the new stuff in place, the stuff that it's wrong. It's a completely different pattern, a different color. It's white, and we got like a bronzed tan textured rock in the house, and they put up a high gloss slick marbled white. And yeah, anyway, they're changing that. They put it back up. The air conditioning guy shows up a few days ago. He says, where's your thermostat? We didn't know. I said, I have no idea. In the hall? He said, no. So he had to go outside and trace the wire from the outside air conditioner to where it comes to the air handler inside the house. He had to crawl under the trailer. He traced that out. Then he had to trace it when it left there up in the attic and which wall panel it came down in. He goes to us, he says, with this panel right here in the hall, I got to take it down and it's going to bust it up. But I think the wire for your thermostat is in that wall. Well, the guys who replaced the panel, they messed up a lot of stuff. They took the thermostat down, that smart thermostat. They're very expensive. We got a heck of a deal on that. It was no extra cost to the home because we got the last one of that model. So we got a bunch of bonuses with it. Well, they took that smart thermostat down and they took it with them. So there's no thermostat in the house. The AC guy tore the panel down, got the wire, knocked a hole in the panel, he put it back up. It's damaged, but I don't care. I told him you can tear all of them up if you want because they're not leaving that in the house. He said, I don't have one of the smart controls, the smart thermostats. He said they're very expensive. We don't put in a lot of those, but I have a regular one and it'll work until they can get you the one that goes to your unit. So they put it up, so we do have heat and air now. It works fantastic. We just don't have the smart controller. We got one of the Honeywell ones you get at Walmart. That's all he had in his truck. But the air's fixed. They got several things they got to fix. The back door, it would catch on the upper part of it when you closed it. It's very hard to close. The crew that did the damage to sheetrock, or put the wrong sheetrock up, and they're the ones that, I'm not going to say they stole our thermostat, but they accidentally hid the wire in the wall, and they took that expensive unit and they put it in their truck and they left with it. So they accidentally took it. Same people, instead of taking the door jamb, pulling the 8 screws and lowering the aluminum part, they stuck a crowbar in the top of pry bar and they pried it, trying to bend it up. So our door is bent. The steel door on the back is bent. You can close it, lock the deadbolt, lock the doorknob, and there is a 1/2 inch gap, and I measured it with my tape measure. It is a 1/2 inch. You can see the sky with the door closed and deadbolted. At the bottom, there's just a little over a 1/4 inch gap. If you lean kind of down and look out, you can see the wood on the back porch. You can see the deck. The board's a little bit, but not as much as the top. So we got to get a new door. Front door, they tore up the frame for it and dented the glass door, not the hard door. They damaged it. They put the hydraulic ram, so when you let go of your door, you open it and let go, it kind of cushions it and then it closes it real slow. They installed it in the wrong spot, so they took the screws out, they lowered it, put it in the right spot. They got 3 screws in. The 4th one, they got it in about that far, and they stripped the head on it. It is sticking out exactly 1 inch out of the wall right now. So when you open the front door, it's sticking out. And they left it that way. They did not know how to turn the screw on that hydraulic ram. There's a screw on the end, a Phillips or slotted screw, a combo screw head. If your door slams too hard, like it was slamming super hard the way they mounted it, or if that shock absorber won't allow it to close, you just gently turn that screw with a screwdriver and it'll either loosen up the force that it applies to the door, or it'll tighten it up. So I turned it a couple turns and it's closing the way it's supposed to. It is being pulled in the way it's supposed to. It doesn't close right because they bent that frame too. It's aluminum. At the bottom, the door's in right. At the top, when you got the door all the way closed, it's lacking 3/8 of an inch from the door actually being flushed the way it's supposed to be. So they got to replace that one. They tore up more stuff than what they fixed. But it is what it is. That crew did get fired. Kim called the day before yesterday, and the sales lady that's working with us said that crew is gone. Their contract has been terminated with the people that were buying the home from, which is Affordable Homes. They got a new crew. So far, when they showed up, they know what they're doing. They're getting things put together, getting things fixed, and I'm very thankful for that. But the house is coming along. I will be starting putting the fence up for the dogs, the goat fencing. I'm going to start working on all of that stuff here probably this week. So we should have the house. We should be moving in before the end of this month if all goes well. I've got to get the money saved up. We only have two options for internet. One is HughesNet, and that's not an option. That's what's offered out there, is HughesNet, and the other one is Starlink. I am going to try to get Starlink. We're going to sell a bunch of stuff. I'm probably going to sell my little boat, sell everything that we can to get the money up, because we have to buy the little dish thing. It's not a dish. It looks like a big modem, big fancy looking thing. It's actually pretty. We got to buy the equipment from Starlink, and it's $600. And then once you connect everything, you do it yourself. Once you connect it, then you go on the app, you set up your account, you purchase stuff, set your account up, you receive your stuff, you connect everything together, get the inside Wi-Fi part put in, and you power everything up. Then you go in your app and you make your payment. And it's they're advertising $120 a month. And I talked to a guy last week. The house my stepson's been working on, and I helped him that week. Last week, I think, or week before last. They've had Starlink for 2 years, I think he said, and they love it. He said, if you want reliable internet that's very fast, you'll have no problems with lagging whatsoever, get Starlink. He said, but if you want internet to where you can actually call and talk to a human, stay away from Starlink. He said you don't talk to people. Everything's done over the internet, or through you talk to a computer. If you call, you don't talk to living people. It's all done in the digital world. So we are leaning towards Starlink. We just got to get the money up. It'll be either $720 or $750 to get the equipment and to pay to get it started, to get it turned on. And you pay month to month. You're not stuck in a contract. You don't sign a 2-year contract. If you ain't got the money, you just don't pay it. And wait till you do got the money, then you pay it, and they reactivate your service. It's very simple. But anyhow, I've been running here. Y'all have an amazing evening. I will certainly be seeing you soon. I got some more articles coming from Brother Don, and we are going to be sharing them most likely on a live show because of the issues I'm having with my video editor. But y'all be blessed in all you do. I love each and every one of you. If there's anything that I can do for you, or if you have anything you'd like to share with us here at Standing Goats Rescue, please email me at standinggoatsrescue@yahoo.com. It may take me a day or two to get back to you, but I absolutely will get back to you. And I think that's all I got for you for right now. If something else comes up, I will put a short video together, I reckon. Y'all have a good evening. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.